nowhere, that name literally stuck. It essentially was a placeholder for until I came up with another name that I was gonna use, and then that name actually ended up sticking. And
So how do you see that? How do you see that name reflecting who you are as a person?
So, of course, we need to fact check good old Chance here. The name Cyraxx did not come randomly. He didn't just suddenly be like, yeah, this is a good placeholder name. No, he actually got it from good old Eric Scrubolo. If you remember that character from quite some time back, who of course no longer associates with Cyraxx, for very obvious reasons. But I guess it's entirely expecting too much to literally expect Chance to do anything or say anything other than a fallacy or a lie from that snaggletooth little mouth of his.
honestly, for me, I wasn't really thinking at the time of how it reflected me as a person. But in a way, I know it sounds weird, but I kind of like, if you've ever played like the Mortal Kombat games, or if you've ever watched like the origins, Cyraxx and his brother, like I really related to that in the sense of like this dude didn't want to become part of that machine. He didn't want to be a machine. He wanted to be all human. But in the end, he kind of lost himself along that way, ended up fully, obviously doing what he did. And for me, I kind of related to that because coming up as a kid and growing up, with a very military household.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And then, being that short kid, being that outcast kid in school growing up, I always kind of felt like I was always lost because I was always that outcast kid. They're like, I had friends, but it wasn't many. So for me, I kind of related to being that kid that was lost, that was just trying to find his way.
The origin of Cyraxx obviously comes from Eric Scrubolo. There's a whole story and deep convoluted conspiracy behind how that all went down. And from what I understand, I don't think Cyraxx got the name Cyraxx consensually, if you know what I mean.
You listen to my songs, you hear me shout out to Blade.
Yeah, he goes by Cyraxx now.
Yeah, that was stolen from me.
So of course, Cyraxx sharing what the name means to him is all bullshit. He's making this all up, likely on the spot, giving us some weird, altered, very altered by the way, backstory to Cyraxx from Mortal Kombat. Like he kinda gets it right, but not really at the same time. Like it's when you're trying to copy somebody a desk or two down from you in school, but you can't quite see what they're writing, so like you're kind of getting the answers right, but not really.
How do you differentiate between your genuine self and your online persona that many have become to know? What's the difference? In other words, what's the difference between Chance and Cyraxx?
Honestly, for me, Cyraxx is like that dude that just, that doesn't really, give a shit what people think, is, for a lack of better terms, blunt and brutally honest, so to speak. But like outside of that, like you can ask any of my friends that, personally know me, that I grew up with, that I've made over the years, like they see that difference. Like when I'm, say like, for example, say I'm doing a cover show or I'm doing something, I'm brutally fucking honest when I'm going under that. I'm brutally honest.
Since Chance can't do us a favor and just answer the question like a normal human being instead of repeating himself 15 times, let me tell you what the difference between Cyraxx and Chance is. There is no difference. Chance is a freak. Chance has no hygiene. Chance has no friends. Chance goons in his attic all day. Chance and Cyraxx do the same thing because they are the same person. Cyraxx is not some persona that Chance hides behind to feel tough, to play off of all this stuff. No. Chance is Cyraxx, Cyraxx is Chance. The only thing anybody actually cares about in this whole interview is that good old bed bug chugging back, brother. That's what I've been paying attention to this whole time. I can't stand it. Anyways, shout out to SicKKo Entertainment. Check out the rest of this interview. They've got quite some good stuff that goes on. As you can tell, SicKKo doesn't really take any BS, so he will call Cyraxx out from time to time. You can find a link in the description as well for that. And with that, we're going to bring another episode here of the Cyraxx Deep Dive series to an end. I appreciate you guys sticking it out with me. This one's definitely a long one. Be sure to slap that like button. Comment down your thoughts on the recent Raxxinings. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you soon.